Hello everybody. Today I'm here outdoors for a specific reason actually, because I want to touch base on the side effects of prolonged use of methadone or methadose and benzodiazepines such as Valium and clonazepam or Xanax or lorazepam, Ativan. um, as it has very profound effects on the human mind and body, which can change you, and it's very hard to change back. Um, as we know, these are not toys. We are dealing with very hardcore stuff. So, also, basically, in a later video, I will talk about in specific, about detoxing by yourself or, cold turkey style, and about what they used to do medical-wise for you in that case, and what situations you might find yourself in, and those very same pharmaceuticals that I'll be talking about right now is what they give you in most detox centers anyhow, to fight and battle opiate and cocaine and alcohol addictions altogether, pretty much by using very similar or the same medications. Now, this is my second go at the methadone, and the first time I was on it for 2 years, about 20 years ago now. Now I've been on it for over 4 years, and both times, to save my life, to prolong it, and to apply harm reduction of the best available kind. So I have seen over and over that methadone has keeping people alive, and they live very long lives actually. But let me tell you what happens to a perfectly fine human being, hardworking and even passionate about a lot of stuff and active, like I used to be, but what happens to you after you take benzodiazepines for more than a month or so, and most people take it for months and years on. I've been on it for over a decade. What it does to you, basically, combined with the methadone, it turns you into sort of a zombie. You're very sedated. Your passions tend to fade away, and you become lazy is not the right word, but in a strange way, incapable of performing your regular duties like you would. Working seems like a huge ordeal now. Sometimes getting up and getting out and getting something done seems like a huge ordeal. You become kind of like a zombie, like those people who are on antipsychotic medication or heavy antidepressants, except you're not drooling, you're still awake. But most definitely you become a slower person physically and mentally, and it's very hard to complete very simple tasks that a regular person completes without any problems, such as going to the dentist and taking care of your teeth, such as going to your regular appointments, your legal responsibilities and appointments as well. It all seems to get harder and harder the longer and longer you stay on these medications. Now, one thing that's good about it is applying harm reduction, and I am here and I'm still alive, even though, people I know and friends of mine die on a regular basis because of addictions. And I have found a stable point. I had to recently even go over my rehab and my tapering process with my doctors, both doctors involved, and we have raised everything just a tiny bit for the for the time being right now, just by 1 milliliter and and half a milligram on the other, just so that I can reach a stability point back. And right away I take care of myself better. I eat, I wash more often, I clean my house more often, I attend to things, and I also become more calm, more relaxed, more at peace. I seem to understand things a bit better, and you know I sometimes you have to do what's best for you. You're not necessarily making steps backwards, but you are in fact being wise at tapering. And I strongly advise that you taper off your meds before you go detoxing or doing any cold turkey home detoxes. I strongly suggest that you taper. It only makes sense. The less you have in your body, the less you have to get rid out of your body. The less toxins you let into your body, the less you have to release. So I've been faced with problems like that before, but I'll talk that in my next video. I just wanted to stress that remaining on meds like Methadone and Benzodiazepines like Xanax or Ativan or Valium or clonazepam, or going into stuff like Trazodone or Gabapentin or Seroquel, or Ritalin and all that stuff, it will eventually slow you down as a human being. People will recognize it in you. You won't have to even talk about it. And you might find yourself alone more often because of that. You might find yourself boring to a lot of people. And you might find yourself sleeping a lot more than you need to, which can bring on, these dark realms we fall into as well, called depressions or momentary lapses of reason, and or dietary problems where we stop to eat for a while, this and that. But I am resuming stability by raising the dose just a tiny bit for now. So, because I feel like I'm coming back into my body and I'm ready to get on some of the things I have on my to-do list. And in order to do that, I have to talk to my doctors, my peers, my psychiatrists, my friends, and come to a wise conclusion. And hopefully we are doing that. And I recommend to all of you, don't stay on these drugs, don't stay on these meds. Avoid going on them if you can. I will speak about that in the next video. But also, if you're already on the program, don't forget that there is a time where you must start tapering, or you basically deciding to live with it for the rest of your life. Me, I want to lose that ball and chain for at least one more time in my life and see how that goes. For a number of reasons. I want to set myself free, and I want to offer a better life to the people in my life around me, and in order to do that I have to get stronger, and these meds are making me literally weaker. That's why I went out for a walk and went into nature to talk about this, because I refuse to sit there and get busy dying instead of getting busy living. I went outside to check out the spring, the blossoms, the smells, talked to some friends already, and I'm feeling much better than I was sitting in a dark room, contemplating on my future, my past, you know. But I found a very good quote by some Hindu master who said, you know, if you're spending time on stressing about and worrying about the past or the future, you are basically stressing about something that doesn't exist. Future and the past don't exist, only the presents do, you know. So you're wasting your energy on your imagination or your memories. That's something to be thought about, you know. Please take my advice. Taper off wisely when you're in the program. Go to the program if you're going to relapse, if you think you might not make it, if your family worries, you know. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for them. Find someone. You should do it for yourself, and eventually you'll realize you're doing it for yourself. So yeah, keep on fighting. Power to you all, and let's not give up, you know. Let's hold these fists firmly and think to ourselves, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna free myself from this all, and I'm gonna be there for the people who love me. No more giving up, no more crap. I have realized that me and my partner, for example, have been arguing a lot about past or future things which don't exist, and wasting time on imagination and memories. Fact is, I love you, and I straight and honest about it, and you keep me going, you know. You're part of what keeps me going, just like my daughter and my mother and close friends who keep in touch. um, let's talk soon. Just remember, try to fight this laziness, and you know, because they sedate us with these meds, you know. They sedate us and just send us home. They don't really have a solution. That's why group meetings like Unbroken Chain are very healthy for you, because it's all indigenous based healing and coping methods that are ancient and could be a lot of help. Also, a lot of what Dr. Gabor Mate and the psychedelic experience and rewiring the mind has a lot of interesting facts to it too. It's interesting to look into that. I recommend it. Keep tapering wisely. Peace, y'all. Talk soon.